Yesterday, Rogers, our parent company, announced its dream team for Hockey Night in Canada. George Stroumboulopoulos will be the new anchor. Coach's Corner will be back for its 29th season with Ron MacLean and Don Cherry. And another cornerstone of the coverage will be... Yesterday, Rogers, our
dream being on this. By the way, thank you so much for setting up the drums.
Oh, yes.
For a little bit later, Dina. Will we, both of us, you're on bass?
Jam out triangle.
Rock,
triangle.
Okay, that's a good. Cowbell, triangle, I'm all about it.
You're a man of many talents, and now here you are with the big news, with the dream team. George being the fresh new face. What an amazing announcement and collaboration.
You know, it's fantastic too, and I was talking to George last night, sort of decompress from the end of the day, and it really does seem overwhelming, for everybody.
Yeah.
And you know, the fact that I've known them growing up together, working in promotions as well, like the lowest position on the totem pole, okay?
Right.
You know, like handing out promotional items on the street, begging people to listen to the radio station, working, weekends where all your friends were, getting jobs and making money and starting families and things like that.
Probably, if that.
Under that. I mean, who's kidding who? When you break in this industry, you better get used to being poor through your 20s. And we certainly, I mean, I'll tell you, George is like the hardest working guy I've ever met in my life, and it goes back to when he first started in radio. I can recall nights where he would do the midnight shift, sleep in the lobby, the radio station, and then work again in the morning. Like the front lobby couch was essentially like a second apartment to him.
So this is a natural fit for him. People may not realize that. They see him as the entertainment guy, the pop culture guy, the guy who does great interviews, but he loves him some hockey.
If you've ever seen George, I mean, he interviews everyone from, from Dalai Lama to Edward Snowden, to hockey players. Have you ever heard him talk to Gary Bettman, the commissioner of the NHL, or PK Subban on the Montreal Canadiens, or legends like Bobby Orr? This guy's not faking the funk. Yeah. Like, this guy really does know his stuff.
He is the most genuine interviewer, and I think that's why people do love him, and he's so humble about it too. He never goes in feeling like he's better than anyone else. He treats everybody. He has a genuine interest in people and a love for hockey. And he said 20 years ago, he had said his dream would be to do just this with you.
It's funny, we would sit around the producer's office at the Fan and we'd say, have our feet up and sort of blue sky your career as we're making, $8 an hour, saying, wouldn't it be great one day to work on Hockey Night in Canada?
Fast forward 20 years.
Yeah, we all both had to go our separate ways and go through life and start our lives and start our careers, and so it kind of feels like it's sort of come full circle. And why buddy around him.
And it comes through, so a shout out to his mom as she's watching this morning. So much to be proud of. And Don Cherry, so much stamina, and I want his skin secrets. 80 years old, and he looks better than ever.
He looks great. That man loves him a sauna right there. That guy loves him a steamer.
It works.
You'd swear he's Swedish, the amount of steamers that guy takes, but it keeps the skin looking smooth. You know where Don really shines too? And I worked at Hockey Night previous for 4 seasons and was part of Hockey Day in Canada a few times. And when Don goes out in the field, like when Don goes into small towns like Winkler, Manitoba, Shaunavon, Saskatchewan, and everybody comes out. A lot of us just sort of stand around and wait for Don to finish signing autographs and shaking hands.
Takes his time.
And he does every single. Poor Ron.
Good for him.
Because Ron stands around. Ron does like statue practice. Well, Don runs the gauntlet and signs everything and he's 80 years old, and he has more energy than guys that I know that are 25.
So in what capacity will we see you all work together as the stream team?
Yeah, yesterday the hosts were all named. So Darren Millard will do the Wednesday national package. I'll do the Thursdays along with junior hockey on Friday, and then the pregame show for both the Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Ron does hometown hockey, which is a cool and ambitious concept, which is essentially like doing Hockey Day in Canada, not once a year, but every week.
Awesome.
So Ron's going to be out at 25.
So in what capacity will we?
Well, and isn't that Ron? Isn't that MacLean? And Don Cherry returns, as you mentioned. So Coach's Corner, nothing changes there. So it's a new coat of paint for Hockey Night in Canada, but it's familiar faces, so it's still comfy shoes.
It's a good way of saying it. The old tried and true who are so beloved, and then a new fresh face to add to it all, which I think is so perfect going into the season. Do you want to predict anything before we go? Because you don't come here ever, Jeff Marek.
Oh boy.
Is there anything? Do we have hope this season for the Leafs, for the playoffs?
Well, if you watched last night against the Anaheim Ducks, you certainly do. Phil Kessel, 3 points. Thank you very much. If you're trying to meet Leafs fan, you're a big fan. So this road trip's going to be tough. It's a 5-game road trip for him. So far, so good. Tonight, big test against the San Jose Sharks, but we'll see. I always maintain they were a bubble team for the playoffs, but right now they're looking more in than out.
Too soon to tell, but thank you for your honesty. For more information, at Jeff Marek, thank you so much for getting up so early for us, and I hope to see you again.
How about that for sitting on the fence, eh?
Yeah, How are you feeling?
Well, yeah, I'm used to it in my career. You don't want to stick your neck out too much.
Thank you so much,
Tina.
Jeff. Looking forward to the coverage. We'll be back with more BT right after this. It truly is a dream team.
Yep,
Thank you. You're very generous.